Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a double layout to share for Simple Stories. I'm using one of the new Simple sets, the Happy New Year version. So Simple set, in case you didn't know, comes in a small collection pack. There are 6 sheets of pattern paper, 2 each of 3 designs, double-sided obviously, and they also have a sticker sheet as well, like a 12 by 12 cardstock sticker sheet. So I am using the Happy New Year version, and I have decided to go crazy and make a double layout. Now, I don't often make double layouts, but when I do, I normally really enjoy how they turn out. I find it, fun to work with a bigger canvas, and it's particularly good if you have multiple photos. So for New Year's Eve, I had some brilliant photos. I'm probably not going to scrap multiple layouts about this one night out, but I did have lots of photos that were awesome that I wanted to get onto a layout. So I decided to go double. So here I am. So I've got 2 sheets of 12 by 12 white cardstock, and I've taken off the manufacturing strip and I've taped them together on the back. I find that's the easiest way of working with those, because that way you don't have to worry about the join moving or anything like that. And you can see I've got my photos printed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos, and I have a couple of different sizes. So I have one largish one, which is an almost 6 by 4, and then one 3 by 4 almost, and then 4 smaller ones, which are kind of 2 by 3. Then not exactly those sizes, but that's just how my printer prints them, so similar. I've decided to create 2 ends to my layout, so a strip on either side of the layout, and I've gone for that amazing number paper. I just think it's fantastic. It's like a countdown. All the numbers are going from top to bottom, of course, because it's a countdown, and I just loved how that looked. So what I did was I cut 2 strips, and I fussy cut them out. So you saw that I fussy cut around the numbers. So one edge is straight and the other edge is fussy cut around all those fabulous numbers. And then I have that amazing stripy paper, which is just gorgeous. And I've cut a couple of strips of that to go on either side. So the 2 sides of my layout will both have those same borders, if you like, or edges. And then I need to join up the 2 edges together somehow. So I cut some more of that stripy paper, and I've matched it up with the stripes on the right and the left, and you can see that it's kind of given me this kind of step design, but I also have some stretching all the way across the layout. So I really liked how that looked. I initially thought that I might put some on all parts of the layout and have it as a background feature, but actually there's one stripe across it's not the bottom, but across the layout works really, really well. I'm also cutting out some more strips from that stripy paper. I'm going individual this time, and I had an idea in my mind that I would then roll up the ends, because they reminded me of I don't even know what they're called. What are they called? Party blowers? Is that what they're called? Those things that you blow in and they expand. I don't know what they're called. I'm going to call them party blowers. We'll go with that. I'm sure there's a more technical name for them. So I thought that I could turn these strips. If I rolled up the ends, then I could effectively turn them into the party blowers, and we had lots of those that night. So that kind of works. And initially I didn't think it would work because I rolled them up and they looked too fat. So I just got my really skinny paper piercing tool and I rolled the ends around that, and that worked much, much better. And you can see that I've managed to do that on all of those extra ones. I haven't done it on the big wide stripe, but I've done it on all the little individual ones. And can you see that I've matched up the colours with the colours on the striped edges, just to point that out. Okay, so I decided to add the border sticker from the Simple set, the cardstock stickers that came in the Simple set. So I just chopped that in half, and I've put one half on one side of the layout and the other half on the other side. They don't match up because of the way that my papers work, but I like the whole stepped effect, so I'm good with that. And now I'm going to spend a bit of time mounting my photos. So one of the papers in the collection is this blue stars, I think it's stars, blue stars, and I thought it would be nice to bring in some of those, some of that, and mount all my photos. I like my photos to be mounted. I just think it gives them a nice bit of separation from the background. I love the white borders on the photos, but I like to have a coloured mount too if I can. I don't always, but I do quite a lot, so I decided to do that, and it also brought in more of that lovely blue colour as well. Over on the right hand side, you can see that I've chopped out one of the journaling cards that's on one of the pattern papers. It says resolutions. I have no intention of filling it in, but I just liked the idea of it being a mount, and I've offset it slightly so that the word resolution still shows, and that photo will not be mounted itself, it would just sit onto that journaling card. So anyway, that's all coming together. I think photos mounted, I need to distress the edges of each one, and then I need to decide exactly where my photos are going to go. They are going to go in that kind of rough formation you can see there. They're going to go horizontally across the layout, absolutely, but I need to figure out the gap in the middle, because of course I don't want photos sitting across the join, because when I file my layouts I cut them apart, and they sit in page protectors, so they have a gap in the middle, so it's not great to have photos chopped in half. I don't mind like a corner of a photo being chopped off or something like that, but I would never cut through someone's face or anything like that, because they won't be displayed right next to each other in my albums. Once upon a time I did used to sew page protectors together so they did sit nicely together, but long gone are those days. I just don't. They just sit in the page protectors. Okay, so you can see that I've moved forward a little bit. I've got my photos all stuck in place now. They're all stuck flat on the bottom edges, and they are going to be raised up on the top edges. I've got two titles in place. I've got the word celebrate at the bottom. I've got the big letters that say cheers over in the top. They're all raised on foam pads, so they have some good dimension. Now these are only stickers, there's no ephemera in this collection because it's a simple set, so I'm still raising up my stickers on foam pads, even though they are stickers and not ephemera. I've got at the top there, I've got It's a New Year banner. Top left I've got the clock showing midnight or just before. I've got 4 I think 2x2 squares that I've cut from the paper with the different journaling cards on it, and I love all of those. The orange one says out with the old, in with the new. We've got the blue one that says New Year's Eve, the party blower one at the top on the black, and then the kissing lips at the bottom left. So they're all good fun. I've put the champagne glasses from the sticker sheet in the middle of the layout. Now that was one sticker, but I've cut it in half so that when I separate my layout, the two glasses will be either side. And then I'm putting little streamers and things floating around the background of the layout, as well as some of the lovely stars. So this layout just came together really effortlessly. It was really great fun to make. My photos could not have been more perfect for this collection, and it was a complete accident. We went to a restaurant and they had bright yellow walls in the restaurant, so the bright yellow walls worked really well with the yellow in this collection, and also we were given out party hats that were gold and bright pink, and they were just fabulous. It just all went so well with this collection, so just perfect. Sometimes that happens, doesn't it, and you have a bit of a yay moment. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to scrapbook with this collection. So yes, I'm just continuing to add little bits and pieces to the layout. I've added a few word strips from the sticker sheet to my coloured strips in the background, my party blowers. I've got things like New Year's Eve, our party, balloons and bubbly. What does that one say? Put on your party hat. I mean, God, did we do that? A new year, happy new year, you know, so all lots of fabulous phrases. I always think that Simple Stories do brilliantly with their phrase stickers. They always nail it. And they're over on the right hand side. I'm just handwriting in my journaling. I use the stripes as lines, so I'm just getting all of that written in there, quite a bit actually. I wanted to write about the fact that this was the first New Year's Eve we'd had out with our children. Obviously they normally go to bed, but they're a bit older now, 12 and 10, and they both wanted to stay up until midnight on midnight eve, as they kept calling it, or Max kept calling it, which I thought was really funny, my 10-year-old. So anyway, they both managed to stay up until midnight. Max was absolutely wrecked the next day. And for 3 days afterwards, I think, our little Theo did not stay up. He was not invited. My parents babysat for him. So that was really nice that we actually got to go out for once, and then we took the big kids with us. So it was really nice evening and fun, and it was good to, you know, get that story written. Just finishing off with some splatters of black paint, and there we go. That is me done. So my big double layout using the Happy New Year collection was great fun to make. I hope you enjoyed seeing it come together. Yeah, hopefully it'll give you some inspiration. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Simple Set. Happy New Year.